All right, so what I want to do today, guys, is first of all review what we did on Friday and then extend that with some new material today. Now, what we do when we create what are called calculated forms is we first of all load in a table. Now, I've already loaded in the employee table. If you forgot how to do that, you go to File, Get External Data, Import. You double-click on Demos 2000, and then you pick the particular file you want, and we obviously loaded in Employee. When you load it in Employee, it's a basic table, has a number of fields in it, and what we do is we're going to calculate a new field called net pay based on these two. We're going to subtract them to get the net pay. Now, when you do that, you press Query, and you make a new query. Now, when you press a new query, all right, you can go straight to Design View, or I like to use Design right away, and you drag the employee table into the query, and then you create a query that uses a calculation. I just want to show you what it is. Okay, so you would drag in the name, the salary, and the deductions, and then you would invent this formula. And look how you write it. You say net pay, colon, not equal sign, but colon, and then you use square brackets to say the salary field, take away the deductions. Now, when you run it, you get answers. Okay? Now, it's basically right, but what we want to do is make it prettier. So what you do next is you create a form. And again, you can press New, Form Wizard, and you click on Net Pay. And when you do that, it'll create a form something like this. All right? Now, we're at the next stage. What we're going to do next is create a brand new field right in here that's going to be maybe like a comment. Your high salary, low salary, something like that. Okay, now what we're going to do is add some controls right on this form. So we did some of the math in a calculated query. Now we're going to add a couple controls. And there's two kinds I'm going to show you. I'm going to click on text box, and we're going to add a control right here. All right, I'm just going to get rid of this piece. Okay, and we'll have this unbound control. And then the second kind of control we're going to add underneath. All right, there's all kinds of different things that you can do. This one I'll keep, but we can do a number of things. So this first one, and they always say unbound because we haven't really written down what we want to do yet. You right-click on it, and you go to Properties, and then where it says Control Source, what you're going to do is write down like a formula. So we can say equal sign, and there's one called immediate if. And basically what I want to say is if the net pay is greater than 20,000, let's say, we're going to say good. Otherwise, we're going to say bad. Okay, and we'll try it out. All right, so that's one kind of thing that you can do. The second kind of control that you can add, like I mentioned, was down here at the bottom. All right, and let's right-click, Properties, and you can do things like sum, bracket, net pay. Now you got to remember you got to use square brackets on that, right? So net pay, square bracket, round bracket, and when you preview that, you're going to get down near the bottom the total. 341,487. Now, we can do things like make it prettier, so we can format it. So again, you right-click, Properties, and we click on Format, and we'll switch to, you can make it, we'll slide it down. Currency is probably the best choice. And then we click up here to preview it, and there's the currency. Okay, and there's other ones that you can do. All right, so other ones that you could do the average net pay, all right, and it basically would be AVG, okay, for average. You could do max, which would be like the biggest net pay, which would be max. You can do min, you can do a number of other things, all right. There's going to be a second part now to this video where we do today's stuff, which is reports that have these query calculations in them.